Hey everybody, how are you? Welcome to episode number 17. Imagine. And today we're going to be talking about possessions, attachments, those type of things that are going to be really, really crazy. But first, let's say hi to our friend Linda and our
Hi.
friend Miranda. And
Hi.
so many great things are going on, and we can't wait to talk to all of you. We've got some interesting people in the queue. And if we get Doug on here, we'll make sure we get Doug on no matter what. Right?
Love Doug.
And Doug's our man.
How are
Uh,
you?
Everyone, we've got in astrology starting August 5th till August 28th. And that's Mercury in retrograde, where everything feels like it's going the opposite way. And it's not very fun, is it, Miranda?
No, it's not. And we're already in the shadow. And
Yes.
it's also happening in two signs, Virgo first and then Leo. So I would say that, we're in the shadow and then we're going to go, it's going to be, maximized and then we'll come down off of it. And by September 12th, we'll be out of the shadow.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. That's good because we need that. All our kids are back in school. We're trying to rejuvenate. We're trying to get everything done. So that's going to be pretty good. How did you do this week, Linda? 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
I don't know. Yeah, lots of crazy shit happened. I was
Yeah.
traveling, lots of stuff.
Yeah, you were in the United States of America.
I went to Virginia. Yep. It was a cool experience.
And you did go into
I
a
went to see my
plantation.
friend race, but and the fuckery, excuse my language, but the fuckery was on her too. So
Oh,
food
was it?
poisoning was the thing that takes people down. So
Oh, yes.
mhm.
That'll do it for sure.
Yep.
And
Uh,
it was when it was from an astrological perspective, it was when Mars and Uranus were in conjunction, remember? So, and I know Linda's, this is the terminology, and Linda's like, I felt it. I knew whatever it was, but like, I know that that's that energy. And we talk about this too, Gemini, at that level, it was like expect the unexpected. And for Linda, you're a Taurus and it was in your sign. And it kind of hit you like
A ton
it
of
hit you
bricks,
hard.
a little bit, a
Yeah.
ton of
it
bricks.
really
Yeah.
did. It
Yeah.
was crazy.
Oh, oh, that and yeah, yeah, it did.
So I'm just wondering, with all our guests coming on today and things that they want to ask us on possessions or attachments, um, we have full on proof of a possession right here between the three of us. And she seems,
We I'm
yep,
sorry to interrupt you, Jim, but let's before Linda shows the picture, can we
right.
I'm
tell
just
a little
getting it.
backstory? Because before we go on live, we have a little huddle, right, off
Yep,
camera.
yep,
And we know each other well enough, even energetically, when something just doesn't seem right, even though we may not feel it. So we were both like, Linda, you just look like maybe not yourself. Like there's something not, and
Something wrong
Linda's
with
like,
you. You kept saying
yeah, there's
there's
something
something
wrong with you.
wrong
Like
with you. There's something
something's
wrong with
off. Yeah, something's wrong with you. And so Linda's like, no, I'm fine. Everything's okay. Like, I feel better now. And I'm like, no, I don't think so. And Jim's like, yeah. And so, like, I saw in you something, Jim saw it, and we're
you.
like, but you
And
didn't
then I had
necessarily see it.
people, as soon as we went live, I had my spiritual people start texting me going, oh, Linda, there's something not right with you.
Right.
And it's
which
crazy.
is
And
crazy.
so, and so show them the picture now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Take a look.
my eyes
Can
are
you look
blue.
at your eyes now? Look at
Yeah.
those
They're very
blue
light.
Okay.
beauty.
So 2 weeks ago, my eyes were black.
Yes. And they looked black even before we started the show because I was like, your eyes are way too dark. I know you enough to know like those are not your
So that's like
eyes.
me and me. But yeah, crazy, right?
And you
Yeah.
had a fuckery of a week that week too.
That was
Oh,
the week.
something was messing with me. Like if there was something that could go wrong, it went wrong. Like sideways hard with my car, like everything. And crazy shit. Like it was like the worst of the worst. Like a construction thing, we went down. I was projectile vomiting. I had food poisoning too. It was a lot of things that
There's a
went
lot of stuff
sideways.
that
So
was going on there. That was
yeah.
crazy. That was
It was
insane.
But when you have sometimes when we have darker energy, that would be the second time that's ever happened to me. But the second time, it's usually when you're provoked or you're angry where you'll see it rise and then your eyes change. But that
Yep.
was just me sitting normally. So the people who started working to clear me had a very tough time because it was just my resting, like resting.
Yep.
I had the dark eyes. So it's usually when people are provoked that you see it emerge. I was just completely taken over.
Can we
And-
break that down? I'm sorry, Jim. I keep on interrupting you. Go ahead.
No, because we both have questions now, right?
Yeah, you go first.
It
I'll
doesn't
just
matter. I was going to ask, do you get any feelings in this possession? Do you get any, do you feel outside of yourself? Is there
I
some,
don't feel right. Like even, but you're not as like cognizant of it. Like you don't really understand. Like you don't feel right. You don't respond correctly. Like I laugh all the time. I laugh at my own jokes. I wasn't doing any of that. I was just very much flat. And even if you watch back the podcast, you can see I was kind of fighting with it the whole time that we were on live.
but
But it just, you don't know unless somebody points it out. And then when you do it, you go, yeah, I don't feel myself. I didn't.
right? And it's probably the spirits that are upset with you because most of your jokes are flat. So,
Fuck you, Jim. Sorry. I'm not supposed to swear, but here I am. Sorry.
what?
we're only like what 3 minutes into the show. Linda's already dropped the F-bomb
Oh, yeah?
16 times.
Yeah, I'm
But
sorry.
4
I
times.
won't, like, I'll stop.
But I would
No,
say
no.
the one thing that I also noticed outside your eyes is that you weren't giggling. And I was like, this is noticeable enough that like, yeah, energetically, you didn't seem yourself. My question is, so when anger comes up, because we know it's a lower vibration energy, what do you mean when so anger rises? Because it's a natural human emotion, but
Yep.
it leaves us susceptible or it's stored in us to come out in that way.
If you have,
Sure.
say, you have an energy on you, if you have an attachment, this would be a negative attachment. Sometimes, like the most of the time I ever see it, it sits dormant. And you could have it for years and it never emerges unless you get angry. That's like when you see people, sometimes addiction will pull it out, like drug addicts or alcohol, whatever. And when people get ragey, you'll notice such a demeanor change, like they become not themselves. Their eyes go black and they don't have any recollection of whatever transpired during that moment. So that would be like the energy emerging. So I find it kind of weird that I was just sitting in normal time and it was emerged. Like it was just all encompassing. That's not a good thing. But I'm
No.
lucky I have all my spiritual team, like all my Karen, like I have Karen and Roy and all the people I work with were behind the scenes working on me from home doing remote healing while I was on live the last time. And by the end of the show, they had tackled it for me.
Beautiful.
So it's
Yeah,
crazy.
it was significant. It was a significant change by the end of the show. And so while we're talking about this, I'm paying attention to the comments underneath. So if you also have had this experience or have seen somebody have this experience, or even in an argument, like if it's something you've seen, like people's
That
eyes
happens,
change and
right? Yeah.
it happens, like we'd love to hear from you and your experience with that because, we don't talk about it enough. Clearly, this is kind of like, we think this is taboo. This is not something that is.
You think about like when I work with police officers, you think, and you've probably seen it on the news sometimes, like you see like a person with like a little tiny young female and they need 6 officers to restrain her, arrest her. That's not mental health, that's a possession. And that's when you get lower vibration, you're picking up the energies and it will give you superhuman strength.
And
Yeah.
all of these possessions and attachments that we talk about here today and have talked about forever, this is a challenge for me all the time because people invite these sickening things. They provoke them because they think that it's entertaining until it's too late.
And then it's too late.
And it is horrible to try and clear somebody off. I was working with someone about 2 months ago, and we cleared her house. The house was empty. There was nothing left in there. But within 24 hours, the same entity did come back for a couple of reasons. Number one, she's addicted to her sleeping pills because she needed these to sleep with. And right away, that was taking her energy and pulling her down. And it just walked right back in again and amplified. And then they're going, well, you didn't do anything. Well, you're not off of your meds. You need to get off your meds. But then there's an addiction issue that some of the people, and these are just some small ones. Other people didn't know that they had anything on them.
I've seen like somebody 2 weeks before, he's related to me, but before he took his life, he was the nicest person you've ever know ever, like jovial, funny. And
Yep.
the last time we saw him, he wasn't himself. And he got provoked and very aggressive, which is totally out of character for him. And his eyes went black. And it's almost like if they get you that hard, that their goal is to make you not be here. They want to take your life.
Or they
And that
want,
happened. And it's just like I saw it. This is before I ever did this, but I saw it go down in real time. And it's like, wow, like it's hard. And even that happened to me, it doesn't frighten me. It is a lesson in keeping my vibration high.
and we
Every time
Right.
it knocks me off my ass, I have to keep it up higher. So I just work harder, smarter, you know.
I think it's so
yeah.
important to remember too that there's certain low vibration places, and we've talked about this before, but when you're going to a bar, you're going to a place where there's a lot of alcohol consumed or drugs or whatever it is, you have to be super conscious to protect yourself. And I do this now more consciously because I wasn't before. And I would notice, especially the more open I am, the more I come home and I like the next day, I'm like, I just, I don't feel myself, or I'm maybe a little more agitated than normal. So like I would send you guys a message, you'd be like, clear me up. But now I'm a lot more conscious, because if you're in that space with others who have they've lowered their vibration. It's not to say like you can't go out and have fun. It's just be extra conscious to protect yourself, because there's repercussions if you don't, right?
Well,
It
we
can
talked about this
last.
before, but Al Cool is the name of a demon. Or alcohol. It translates to mean flesh-eating spirit.
Yes.
And
Um,
Alcohol
yes.
is a depressant right off the bat anyway, as we all know, but we still enjoy the drink. And on a sociable level, we're all good at it, and it's not like we require one. But I find that people who are stuck in that as well as an addiction, it's very hard for them to clear anything, because they're already having personal issues, and then with an attachment that they don't know that they have an attachment just brings them further and further away.
yeah.
A friend of mine committed suicide at 16, and he played with a Ouija board. I didn't know any of that until after his passing, and his girlfriend had just broken up with him, so he lashed out and became crazy emotionally. What 16-year-old doesn't when they've got somebody that just broke up with them? You don't know how to handle it. We never talked back in the 60s or 70s, and then the next day he was done. It's a
Oh,
horrible thing that we go through, and
so
he's stuck. He is still stuck. I cannot get rid of him. Like I
wow.
can't get rid of him in this little. He's still under this train bridge, and he's still going over it over and over and over as a loop. And I feel bad. But every time I go to Montreal, I sort of go in there and, hey, it's time for you to go home. Doesn't do it.
Hmm.
Ignores, because he's stuck in that vibration. Can't get out. But I've
Um,
never seen stoners have, have attachments.
that's a different type of, yeah, it's different altogether. We do have a question from Marie,
Okay.
and she says, what do you do to remove that yourself if you know that that's happening?
That's true. It's hard for me, even I can't remove that myself. Like I had to get people, and it's like I have lots of clients, and if they pick up some nasty energy, I pull off nasty energy off people every single day. And it doesn't mean you're possessed, but we can get little hooks and stuff. But I don't want to leave it on people, because the longer you leave it, it festers and grows bigger. So it's so imperative to get it off as soon as it gets on your person. So I always tell people, just text me. Do you think you have something on you? I'll get rid of it. But not everybody has that skill set. So that's a question. Where do I find somebody, right?
It is crazy. I know that as an example, um, someone was looking for a job for over 18 months. Nothing was going right. Nothing. They had the best of resumes. They had this, they had that. Everything didn't work. And they reached out to a demonologist that I know quite well. She removed it. Unlike you, Linda, who can see it immediately and you can remotely do it, she did it as well. But it was hiding behind her ear, behind her hair. And as soon as she let that go, as soon as she pulled it off her, she had a job 3 days later.
Wow.
It's those type of things that, because you're so down on yourself. I need this job. I need this. I need that. It's not about needing. It's about saying, hey, change your mindset. I want to help my family by getting a job. I want to do this. You have to change it into more of a positive outlook. And if you look positive, it really weakens the darker spirits, those little minion fuckers that are all over the place. Like they're everywhere.
Yeah.
In the app.
We have another question before we move on. Oscar says, if you aren't intuitive, how do you know if you have an attachment versus bad luck?
Huh, that's a good question. It's
Great
like
question.
if you're angry, like I think it's like there's signs. Like if you're never an angry person and you click to anger, there's a sign. But it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. Like that's yeah,
You know,
it's a
I think it's
slippery slope.
it is a slippery slope, but I think that the more that you intuitively know yourself, and I think you have to practice the stillness of who you are in those moments. And like we go through ebbs and flows, but there's just a feeling sometimes you're just like, there's
Don't
something not
do it.
right,
Yep.
and like when somebody knows you enough and they say that, like just being open to going like, yeah, like I thank you for, whatever it might be. So I think it's just being more connected to yourself in those moments. And we talked about this earlier, but the more you practice presence, and being in the moment, the more you get insights that they come to the surface so that you understand more.
Can I just say one thing? Because people are wondering now, they're going to think, holy shit, I'm possessed or whatever. What do I do? Like any Reiki therapist, if anyone who does Reiki or energy work, you can find them. They're everywhere. They can
Yep.
help you. So no matter where you are in the world, God bless, you could find somebody who can help you. So
And
if it's as simple as finding a Reiki practitioner, please do so. They can usually get it off, even if they don't know they're taking it off. They're taking it off.
and I'm going to add to that because with my clients in life coaching or doing sessions with someone, I always tell them I'm doing some Reiki on you, but rarely will I tell them that I've removed an attachment. All I get is they're happy because because you're reading them, you're looking at their aura colors for me, and I'm just looking at the fear that's in their eyes already. And I'm just going, I've done Reiki on you. I've cleared your heart chakra. I've cleared your third eye. I've cleared your crown. Everything is going to be okay. And they even say, my gosh, I feel lighter. I feel better. But I'm not going to go ahead and say, hey, well, I just removed like three attachments on you, and they were all holding your chakras hostage. Some of them can tell. A lot of them I just don't bother because I don't want them to feel that fear. Oh, am I going to do that again? Because some people can't handle that, right? So we
That's true.
always have to be very careful on how we deal with our clientele.
Depending on your client, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So Marianne had a good question too. She said, "Are black shadow or when you see something at the side of your bed bad?" She
Yes.
says she's been seeing that a lot.
Yes.
Now, is Marie
So can I just fix Mary because I don't like that and I just want to help her. It's
here?
Mary.
Mary
It's
DeRoe.
Marianne. Marianne, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Marianne.
So
Oh,
I'm just gonna like I can see it's in her bedroom, correct?
Yeah, outside of the bed. Yeah.
Okay.
I think
So there's a window in her bedroom and I'm just gonna
oh,
push it
I didn't
out
say
for
that.
her.
At the side. She said side eye, so maybe it's in her
Yeah, it
bed.
doesn't matter. Black shadows aren't good. I don't care. You're not we live in this realm that they don't exist, so we don't accept that into our scope. So I just want to clear that out for her and I can feel if she's you can tell like I can feel it, but it's making her feel lighter and it's going out her window in her bedroom and she has drapes. So just
She
know
said
that
yes.
she's gonna feel better, but it's gone. And then I'm gonna protect her house so that she doesn't have that. But I felt an immediate lightness around her.
So
and
she just confirmed that it is her bedroom.
And there's drapes,
And
right?
Marianne, yeah, she hasn't responded yet on that.
But she will.
And just on a side note, my two kids commented, my daughter is gifted and sees the black shadows often. She says she can feel it if some are friendly and others hold negative energy. And we've talked about this in terms of black versus light. Black, like when you see dark space,
Not
like
good.
dark energy, it's not good. When you see, you see the light or it's like clear or bright, that's more
That's
positive.
okay. But we still don't, they're still not supposed to be in our realm.
they're
But
not.
it doesn't mean they're all coming to harm us. They just might be coming to give us messages. So I always like the lighter ones around us, and I'm not really worried about them, but the dark ones aren't welcome.
Yeah. Marianne said confirmed yes, that the drapes as well.
Yeah, yeah.
As
So
you
it's
already.
gone out of her bedroom. And if she messages before the end of the show, if there's anywhere else in her house that they're active, I'll get rid of it.
Right
Just
near the
tell her.
kettle in the kitchen.
Is there in the kitchen, did you say?
Yeah. Yeah. Because I'm going through now. And
Yeah. Okay. I'll help get rid of them out the kitchen.
right there with the weird stuff.
Um, So I love this share because my two kids says, they've approached her daughter And then she says, like, she's asked them to leave. So I think that's the key, is knowing that you have the strength and the power, like not to let that overcome you, to
Fear
let
will
that,
feed them. Fear will feed them.
So
yes.
for my two kids that are out there that we're all talking about right now, reach out to my email, jimhuntmarketing@gmail.com, and I will email you a couple of tools to use to help your children, because children are very important not to have any fear in this, but to control their emotions when they do get to see something like that. And I'll just send you that, and I'll gladly try and get rid of that stuff for your kids. And if your kids ever need to talk about something, and we're here to help kids, that's part of our job, you know? So please reach out and we'll do our best. On a lighter note, Mary DeRochier, is it your birthday today? And that was one thing that I needed to know, because at the end of the show, we're singing happy birthday.
Yay.
Okay, well,
I just wanted to say that Marianne said she confirmed the kitchen, and she said she just got chills. And my two kids commented, we are thinking of moving because of this. So I think that's a really valuable aid if you can offer that support, because maybe you don't need.
I don't think they need to move. We can get
No.
rid of this. No problem.
that's really easy to do. To be honest with you, a lot of these little attachments and the dark energy, it's when you become aggressive in a very you can't mess with me, you know, personality, and your vibration goes from here above anything that you've ever felt before, and dimensionally you can push them away from you. I've done it since I was a kid. I've been protected since I was a child, so I get to see those things. And you've removed a couple of things from me, Linda, without me even asking. You've gone in and just those hooks that were my heart chakra and all of those things. It's so uncomfortable, and you're wondering, geez, did I sleep today? Did I do this today? Did I do that? But it's all our daily routines, and we don't release it at the end of the day. So, you know, it's just, I'm just thinking that there's a lot of things we can learn. And this is what we are all about. We are going to educate people for years to come about the things that we can give them without the drama and without, how do we say that? No, again, we don't talk here with egos. We talk here with the ability to heal people. We want to work with people. We want to help people. We're not interested in, I'm better than you or you're better than me. We've never done that. And there's so many out there that say, I can do this. I'll do this for you. And then they fail because it's all ego based. We left our egos at home some time ago.
Some time ago.
Yeah.
So I have a comment. That's a great point, Jim. And Trudy actually just commented something important here. She says her daughter has been fighting drugs and alcohol for many years. She does try to beat it, but she is so wounded that I wonder if she could have an attachment because she has become so far of who she is. That's hard.
She does.
And Trudy, if you, by all instances, send us a photo of her.
What's her daughter's name? Could you ask what her daughter's name is?
Yeah.
Because I can fix it from here. Like, I'll just do it now.
Joan Funk, we love you too.
And also just while we're doing that, waiting, my two kids said, this is our second move and they're following her. So here's an interesting thing when it's not necessarily the space, it's the actual, it's the attachments that we are bringing with us no matter where we go. And I've seen this from many people that, you know, there's certain spirits that stick with them for a while. Why does that happen?
Well, they're like the old school books they're vampires. They're taking the energy that we want to keep to ourselves so that we can feel healthy. They look at us and just say, oh, there's a doubter. There's somebody who's unhappy. If they're angry, I get that positive energy of anger, and that it just feeds them constantly. But if you can tell them to F off, go away, I'm not interested in you anymore, or I've never been interested in you, and you progressively do this and just say, I will send you back to the hell that you came from, showing your worth, showing that you're not afraid, a lot of them just leave. They just leave because they know that we're done with them. For me, anyway.
Her name is Mary Beth, Linda.
Okay.
Yeah.
I already took the energy off of her without having to for now. Sometimes with addiction, you can get it back quickly, but let's just put a protection bubble around her and see how she fares. Yep,
Yeah.
it's done.
Okay. We'll keep on looking at the comments, and maybe we should move on to
Yep.
our first.
Oh yeah, we
Paula.
better do that. Paula, by the way, everybody, we want to thank Paula for doing this with us all the time. We get right into it. We forget about that amazing human being. Hi, Paula.
Hello.
Thank you
Yeah,
so
I've
much.
just sent out the links to
Yep.
Juliana, who should be joining in shortly.
Okay.
So she hasn't quite joined yet.
So,
And
Goodness
Mr.
sake.
Douglas is in the house too.
Super
Right.
Doug. Welcome back. And Doug is looking
and Bree
for
said it's her big 60, Jim, as well. It's her big 60.
okay. So bonne fête, Mademoiselle de Rochier. And you're gonna have this is, you know, they give us all the words like 60 is the new 40. It is, except we just take the aches and pains with us as we're in our 60s. So it's not completely true, but you get to not give a shit about much else. You understand? You're in the thrones of Leo now. So it's going to help you not until the end of retrograde, but so many good things are going to happen. Maybe another grandchild. Who knows?
Woo, that's exciting. Simon just commented and said, okay, I'm having a trouble sharing an experience I had last night and definitely felt like I had a dark cloud all day. Totally weird. So Simon, we welcome if you want to share any more, we would, we could look into that, but I don't know if you catch anything so far from his comment.
So Simon is a client of mine, martial arts. He's working on himself. He has a few emotional issues that we all deal with in our lives, and he's going to get a lot stronger, but after this retrograde. So you need to really, I teach people to zip it. Don't say a word for the next 3 weeks. Be kind to yourself. Don't do anything harsh, but just look at yourself and start loving yourself a little bit more, and you'll feel that dark cloud just stay to the left of you, and you don't have to worry about it, Simon.
Jim, can I just zip it for 3 weeks, or do you want me to zip it permanently? Because I always think you tell me.
I was going to be very nice about this.
I know. I have a big mouth.
Listen, guys, I talk to Miranda and Linda quite often, and I have never been on the phone with 2 women or 1 woman as long as I have. I'm on with Jilly sometimes, and that to me is long. But like 26 minutes, 28 minutes, I don't even know what we do. What the hell?
What are we talking about?
I don't know. We talk.
Just talk and talk. It's all good.
And talk.
Nice.
Paula, we are ready for Amanda, but it's someone else, right?
It's Juliana.
Juliana. Okay.
Yeah.
This got the most beautiful smile, so I'm looking forward to it.
Right, I'll bring her into the room now.
All right. And dun dun dun. And here she comes. Audio's on. Audio's off. Audio's on.
Yes, it is.
Look at that.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Amanda. Hi, Juliana.
Hi,
How are you, Juliana?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm pretty good all the time. Look at the smile. You see, I'm very good at what I'm talking about. All right. So, Amanda, would you mind, not Amanda, Juliana, would you mind sharing your birth date with us?
Birthday?
Yep.
March 24th.
Okay. Oh, wow.
March 24th? March
Yep.
24th? Okay.
So can I start for a minute
Yeah.
here?
Oh, yeah. I'm just going through things.
Yeah, if you go, I'll just take it while you're doing that.
Okay.
It just, with Julian, I feel like you don't feel right. Like something's offside, right, hon? Like I feel like you feel really depressed, or you feel like you don't feel yourself. And it's like you have a dark cloud or something. Does that make sense? Like, or heavy energy?
Okay.
Yeah, because I feel like you just don't feel yourself. Now you're clenching your teeth a lot. I always get that, but I feel like you're clenching your teeth a lot.
You do.
I don't even, if I do, I don't notice.
But even if you hold your tension in your jaw, but I feel like you're just, it's just like Are things going the way that you want them to right now, or you feel like you're on a hold? Like are things holding,
It's
right?
holding.
I'm feeling
So go ahead, Jim.
okay. So there's a couple of things here that are going on. The Aries side of you is going to be very difficult for the next 3 weeks. Okay. So the challenges that you have are there's an intuitive side to you that you need to start using and be more dedicated towards yourself to understand that everything that you're doing for the right reasons. You are not listening to the people that are challenging you and are a little bit on the negative side because of your beauty, your intelligence, the way that you work a room. You know exactly what you need. The only problem is if you say it, someone is also trying to hold you hostage because you're going to be a leader in your own right. You're going to have your own business down the road, just like your sister beside you.
Your sister.
Love you,
There
Jim.
we go. I was waiting. But you understand that everything that you are working for, everything that comes into play, you get to be yourself more often than not. So how old are you now?
17.
Okay. And is it why do you want to go so far away to school? Or am I wrong?
No, I don't want to go far away. I want to I want to live at home for school.
Forever.
Forever.
Okay. It's the direction for me is opening up a door for you to use that amazing creativity that you have. You have a sense of purpose and a sense of identity. You are very, very stubborn for so many different reasons. And the stubbornness is because you don't like the idea that these adults are always being right and you know that you're right. You just don't want to tell us we're right. And I get that, because you have your own mind, your own decisions, but you have so much to look forward to. The building of your courage and your opportunity is going to be phenomenal. You will get to travel the world if you let yourself go a little bit more. You will be in Europe probably when you're 23, 24 permanently. That's what I'm worried about, Mom. Sorry. But it's the way that you're going to educate yourself, the way that you're going to
I'll go
help
too.
yourself to move.
Yeah,
You'll
you
move? Okay.
Yeah,
It's got to move.
I really find that you're going to start taking yourself more seriously than you ever have before. And that's awesome. And that's going to work for you. Just understand that no one has your back except for your mom and another sibling. And there's an aunt who really, really cares about you a lot.
Michelle.
And she is somebody that you could talk to when mom doesn't give you the answers that you need. Even though mom is your best friend right now. So it's kind of cool.
I got some stuff.
Oh yeah.
You
Let's
go
hear.
ahead.
My turn.
Yeah.
So at the base of this, I feel like you're low energy sometimes. And I think this has to do with your gut health. So food sensitivities are coming up. And it's kind of like hard to pinpoint, but dairy and gluten came up. So I don't know if you've removed those.
We know
or
that, yeah.
if you know that already. But you know that, but are you eating them still?
No.
No, it's gone.
Oh, sometimes.
But okay, but for the past couple of days we've had
Yeah.
free bread,
Yes.
goat cheese, like literally like I've eaten like a bird in the past.
Oh, don't eat like a bird because you're not eating enough protein. I know you're not eating enough protein, I don't think. So you need more protein, especially hormonally. You're low iron, I think, as well. So I think that like hormonally, there's a bit of a link there. Do you ever get inflamed skin? Did you get inflamed skin anywhere cyclically? Does it ever come out? Nothing in your body, no dry, flaky skin, nothing like that. Okay. How about any congestion when you have dairy or gluten? Do you ever get your lungs? Do you feel like you cough or you have mucus or that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
You do. Okay. So what you might want to do, because there's going to be times where you're probably going to have gluten or dairy, I would suggest maybe look into a digestive enzyme, Mom, because these things like that will just help like break down that additional. You already know this, I'm sure. But I also see that like stress has come up here. So do you find, like, do you get cravings for crunchy stuff? Salty, crunchy stuff? Are you more on that side of?
Yeah.
Well,
Chips and stuff.
if can we compare it to like sweet stuff? Like yeah, I'd rather have like
Salty?
Salty.
yeah.
Okay. So have you had your iron tested? Do you know she's lower? Do you, or have you,
She
do you
had
know
a
that?
bunch of blood work done a couple months ago and it was all fine.
Okay. Just
Well, yeah,
be
not because of low iron, but it's nothing.
conscious of that. So like, do you find that you don't eat enough meat or protein, or like, I don't know if you're a vegetarian, but do you eat
She
enough?
does need to
protein?
eat more protein. No, I've told her that too before. You
Okay.
eat, but today you did. But it's
I've
gotten
come to
better, but I've always said you need to eat more protein.
Yeah, I would commit to a certain, I'd almost like your energy just needs to come up a little bit. And I think right now it's hard for you to see ahead. You know, it's like maybe you're, like Linda said, you're a bit stuck in this energy where it's like low energy. There's like some stress coming at you. And I don't know if there's someone that's pissed you off, but it feels like, you know, there's just a little bit of sadness within you. And so I don't know if perpetually, if you do feel low, you eat less or you're not as hungry. Is it connected to your hunger when you feel stress? Do you notice that pattern? Or do you eat more?
I have I have no idea.
Okay, just pay attention to your own body signals in that, because the more you pay attention to those things, you'll be able to calibrate like your energy levels. And I think that'll be really helpful, but definitely try your very best to avoid those triggers, because it can take like a week for you to come off of like an inflammatory response, which changes your energy, changes hormones, all the things. So that's what I would pay attention to.
I
And
would
her
like
like
to
fogginess. Like she's
Fogginess.
been having like brain fog.
Yeah, hard to see. That came up as well. So that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Okay.
Not clarity.
Wow.
Not gain of clarity. Yeah.
you, Miranda.
What?
Miranda scares the crap out of me with her goodness.
I also see New York for you, hun. New York. Like I see you
Aw.
in New York. I see not just going to see the Broadway, but I see you on Broadway.
I'm going to New York with my school in April.
No, but she means you're
No, but
going to-
I know.
It's his first time, but then when you get a taste of it, you aren't gonna not want it.
Mm.
But yeah,
Nice.
keep going. You got this.
It'd be
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah.
And
Like seriously.
very, very
She's like,
interesting.
yay,
You have
me.
two young gentlemen that are interested in you, and I think they're both brothers. Do you know them?
I love
She's
that
the boyfriend.
Yeah.
And cut.
I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
Aw,
That's
that's
amazing.
You know, maybe one for you and one for your sister beside you. I don't know.
Mom, that'd be a crime. Please no.
That's amazing.
Okay, we have to let you guys go because we got
All
to move
right.
on to people. But thank you so much for reaching out. It's so good
Okay.
to see you, and
Thanks,
thanks for
guys.
always supporting us.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye,
Yes.
Amanda.
Thank
Bye, Juliana.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care. Thank you.
Aw,
She's
love
a
that.
cutie. She's a
Super cute.
cutie.
While we wait for our next one, do you want to answer a couple more questions?
Yes, please.
Sure, let's do that.
So Simon said in response, still working on zipping it. Haha. So am I, Simon. You're in the club with me. So Kathy said, and this is a great question, can an attachment give you an unmotivated life?
Mhm.
Well,
100% accurate. Yeah.
Keep you
Right.
low vibing all the time.
Never
Absolutely.
getting to where
Right.
you need to be. Yeah.
Right from the
Um,
hospital, right through your life if it's not looked after. And some people
Wow.
think that it's something wrong, but it does happen right off the bat, because I know my grandmother had said that she had seen something off of her youngest daughter, and when she had the baby, she had to remove it off of her right away. It was crazy. And sadly, she still passed away at 14. It was just horrible. So yes, they stick around for quite a long time.
Thank you for the-
I'm sorry, I'm just checking out a few things here. And just
So
all right.
Petra says, how is a mimic different from a possession or an attachment?
Oh, wow.
You can take that one, Jim.
So a mimic is sort of like an attachment, except what it's doing is it's in your surroundings. And if you have somebody like me, you hear my voice, but it won't be me, and it'll say something that you want to hear or you don't want to hear. And these mimics throw things at you to confuse you, to make you feel like you're doing the right thing, or to just say, oh, that's a great idea. But they stick around for a very long time. They're very hard to get rid of, and you really have to work on those. These mimics are like tricksters, you know. Again, on the spiritual realm, with people who are working in paranormal investigations, for instance, if you have somebody that is not intuitive on any level, all right, they will do so many things that are wrong in somebody else's home because they're only assuming something. And a mimic will take advantage of that and just say, it was okay, it's okay. And it'll be in the same person's voice. So it's really not a good thing at all. Mimics are not fun to have around on any level.
I had one when I had that attachment on me. I had a mimic, and I heard James, my kid upstairs, talking to. It sounded like a female, but it was, and it sounded like me, but it wasn't me, but it was me. And that
Wow.
was just 2 weeks
Because they
ago.
were looking
Like,
for an opening, right?
that's
Super
weird.
eerie. There's 3 questions that are actually, I think, really important here. So, oh, wait. Okay. Oh, no, more. Wow, this is good. Oscar says, can attachments impact your pets? If yes, how do you protect them?
I haven't had that on a pet, but I know that pets can take on energy. Cats can release it. More versed than that. I've never seen a dog, because dogs are pure souls. I've never seen a dog that does have an attachment, but we all watch Cujo, so I'm sure the dogs can have an attachment, right? We did, right?
Right. I really not have seen an animal with an attachment, because they move them away. They warn us actually about
Yeah.
attachments. So no, I think they're a perfect protected soul. There's very
they
little.
they keep the crap away from us. But it's funny, when you have an attachment, sometimes, like when I had my attachment, my dog was closer to me, and I don't know if she was trying to take it off of me, but
Oh, wow.
she wasn't afraid of me, which she should have been, maybe.
Huh.
But
Yeah.
I wonder, right?
Jim, in true retrograde fashion, your camera is like, do you see that?
Zipping.
Zipping. It's
I'm
like,
I'm watching this, and I'm just like, I might have to come in and out, but that's okay,
why
because
don't you
it's
turn your camera off and on maybe, and see if that makes a difference, and I'll go through the next question while you do that.
go ahead.
This is more of a comment, which is hilarious. Karen says, howdy from Montana. My first thought is that you guys would be talking about possessions, like downsizing your life, and not about demonic type. That's great.
I was
Beautiful.
decluttering my
it
house
makes
last
sense.
week. Yeah.
Actually, during retrograde, when it's in Virgo, you definitely want to downsize your possessions, get rid of everything you can,
Clutter.
clear it out.
That's funny. That
That
makes
was
me
great.
giggle.
Me too. Mario says, it probably takes more than just sage smudging to be rid of attachments, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. You just
Yeah.
want to work with somebody empathetically that can help clear that, as I mentioned
Yeah.
before.
And
And
the
then
advice that has. Whoa! Did you just
Sorry.
jump? Just
My dog just came barreling down into the room.
nice.
Yeah.
I lost my train of thought. It's okay. Next question.
right. So Sarah says, oh, what just happened there? Can an attachment turn things off and on? So she's saying, can attachment hurt your body?
Yes. Yes, it can.
She said her cat seems to look attacked.
It looked what? Pardon me?
Attacked.
Uh-huh.
I think that your cat is more in tune to looking around, and maybe the entity doesn't know what your fur baby is, and they can't do anything to them. They're untouchable. Cats, dogs, birds, they're untouchable.
And isn't it, I can't remember the exact information, but cats vibrate at a certain frequency. Do you know what this is?
Mhm.
I don't, but it's like, is that the purring?
That
It's the purring is a vibrational frequency. I can't
and
remember
and
exactly.
it brings
I'm not
in
sure.
peace and harmony. It's looking for something that a cat purring is giving us all that little feeling of, oh, we love you, or oh, it feels good, or I'm feeling so safe with you. So that
Mhm.
purring, that higher vibration is what we're all trying to get to.
It's self-healing. The vibrational frequency of a cat's purring is self-healing. So just like an energetic practitioner, like a Reiki master would help you energetically change, what's happening for you. The same thing, that's what cats do as a self-regulation tool. And so JY says, how do you remove an attachment using Reiki? You'd want to work with somebody that can help do that for you, correct?
Yeah.
And then Teresa says, can these attachments be fatal? I guess if you do something to yourself, right?
I guess, but I've never been involved in anything like that, so I could not answer that myself.
Yeah, I have no experience that way myself.
No, sorry on that one. We're good, but we're not.
Yeah. I don't want to be
So-
that good. I don't want to know about that stuff.
Me
Listen,
neither, absolutely.
it's 9:46 and we have 3 more people in the queue.
Let's go.
Next one, Paul, thank you very much.
We're going to bring in Lori Trickle now.
Lori Trickle. And we're waiting for her audio. Da-da. We had a good night tonight. Hey, oh, Lori was almost there. There she is.
Hi, Lori.
Oh, hello.
Hi, Lori.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good. You might hear the dog in the background because he hears me talking, so he's getting all excited.
Where's he?
But it's okay.
So what's going on, Lori? What are you looking for?
So I'm looking for 2 things really.
Okay.
So the one thing I'm looking for is right now we're going through a lot of stressful times. My husband and I are going through a divorce, but it was a very abusive relationship. I just want to know if the kids and I are going to be moving to a happier place. We're looking at homes right now, and we just want to know where we're going to be moving to, and is it going to be good?
So the narcissist that you left, he's going
Yeah.
he's going to a different place altogether because he's losing his community or his little village to control. He will fade away from all of you. I'm very sorry for the children to have to deal with that kind of thing, but he will, because he cannot control himself, and everyone is learning to stay away from him because of his negative effect. He will move on to another family, and then on to another family, and on to another family. What's great about what you're doing is the house that you're getting is the house that you wanted, Lori, not the house that somebody decided to buy. The kids will love their environment. The kids will, you'll do the earthly colors. You'll take your time. The children will feel healthy. They don't have to go if they don't want to. There's a lot of positive coming out of all of this.
Okay.
A lot of positive.
Do you have
But
a son? Do you have a son?
I'm sorry?
Do you have a son?
I do.
Yeah. And what's his name?
Zachary?
Okay. Now, was it like a contentious between your husband and him, or was the abuse directed at your son a little bit? Or is he
He's
just really
actually
sensitive?
he's actually his stepdad. So I have 2 children, but they're not his kids. But it
Okay.
was mostly my daughter who he abused her as well.
Because I feel like the boy energy or your son like energy, he's very sensitive. So that it's been hard for his mental health
Yeah.
because he's so sensitive to that. It's always like deflecting or protecting, right? Threat assessing. So
Right.
when you move, life will be like it's almost like you have post-traumatic stress. You're going to have to readjust to your new energies that are calmer and safe, like safety. And I like that you're safe, and I still feel like you're like still like reeling, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. But
100%.
it's going to be okay. I see a new relationship in the future if you want that.
Your daughter
Yeah,
has
right now I
amazing-
can't even see it.
Yeah, I hear you. But years from now, if there's something like you're not meant to grow old alone. If you want that, then there'll be an opportunity for that.
That's good. I have a question. Are you able to even see we'd really like to know, like, just to give us some hope, if there's even like a first letter of the town we're going to move to or something, just so we have something to grasp onto.
So you're moving near a waterfront. I felt an H and I felt an L for two big names like Henderson or Henry or
So what
Heidelberg.
city do you live in now? Just general.
Right now it's called Hookset.
Jim is like, I was so close.
That's funny. Now, do you want to move like relatively just a town away where you're still in the same realm, or do you want to go half a state away?
No, we kind of want to stay in the same
Yeah, because I
general.
see you like if the town is here, I see you south. It would be southwest of where you are right now, the next town down. And I feel like it's got a really cool vibe. It's got a really good sense of community. There's good churches there. There's good whatever community
Mhm.
you want. It's not too little. It's not too small, but it's really nice.
If I named the town, would that help at all or no?
It might.
Merrimack?
I got an A kind of in it, so Merrimack that kind of got the A's. Is there a population about 12,000?
I'm not even sure.
Is it small like that, or is it like 122,000?
Oh God, no, it's small.
So it's 12, I'd say about 12 to 14,000 people. I like that town for you. If that's where you go, I like it. I see a white siding house or a smaller house, but it's got a nice little backyard and it's got a nice front yard. It's on a nice street. There's lots of trees on the street and there's a park and a school close by.
Huh.
You'll
Okay.
know about the street light. Your grandmother's saying the street light will flicker.
My grandmother?
Yeah.
Oh,
She just said that the light will flicker, so that's the home that you're going to be in.
the
Whatever
so
purchase, there'll be a street lamp somewhere, and it'll be flickering when you move in because you're going to be so well protected in the grounds. That's what I'm being told.
that's
Your
amazing.
your daughter could sing, and she's got to sing a little bit better. So if you can put her into some kind of music, so she's going to be okay doing that, and it'll take her mind off a lot of different things, which would be amazing. And the little man is very, very in tune to. He's very tactile. He needs to touch everything to get things working. So
Yeah.
let him know that the big times that he's going to do, like he loves the need for speed for whatever reason, this kid. So he's going to be trying to make things easier and work better. I really feel like your children are going somewhere. You just need to put on that permanent painted smile for your kids so that they feel comfortable. Do not talk to them about the separation or divorce anymore. Only talk to them about what we're doing this summer. Can't wait till school starts. How can we fix this? Do you need to speak to someone and start doing it that way instead of saying, I don't know what we're doing. I don't know how to do it, because they will suck that up and they'll always feel very, very challenged.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I just also want to add to that, Lori, when I feel you right now, I'm like, I can feel your like guilt or you're so hard on yourself. And I know you're carrying so much pain because of what you've been through. And then you carry so much pain for your children. And I know that takes up so much capacity for you in your day that the day goes by and that's just what it is. Right. And so the first thing that came up was trauma. So it's been very traumatic and you've been doing your very best. You are such a loving soul. Like you're so loving and you're such a good mother. So please take confirmation that you are doing everything you can. So there's a couple things I just want you to sit with. Okay. One is, I think you're going to get, something's going to come through. There's going to be some weird communication. There's going to be something that comes through. And I think it's during retrograde where it's going to be perceived as something not good, but it's actually going to release you. Like, I don't know if it's a secret, if there's something that's going to be revealed, it's going to release you and you're going to celebrate from it. Or going to be something that's going to be very victorious for you. Like 4 of Wands came up next to the Tower and the High Priestess, which means like intuitively, like there's going to be something very important here that might be shocking or that might be, but it's going to release you to this next phase. So does that make does the two of you understand, like, do you get that message?
I'm picking up some of that. I'm picking up the range of opportunity is going to be glorious because
Okay.
just get through the next 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It'll be
Yeah.
starting school very soon for you guys, and
Yeah.
everything will fall into place. And I'm just don't. It's not easy to say. I've gone through a divorce. I put
I
up
have
with it. Miranda has, you know, I don't know about Linda.
No.
No, but
No.
here's the thing. It is one of the most emotional, high anxiety things that you're going through. And when you don't have the right person to talk to, then you shouldn't be talking to them. Let it be.
Yeah.
I'm not asking you to hold it in, but there are also hotlines that will listen to you so that you feel better. You don't always need that because you're stronger than you give yourself credit for. You're going to be back on that road of recovery for your health, for your weight, for your everything. You will be self-employed in 4 years. So let it be. Calm down. Things are going to work out for you. You need 4 seasons before you have another relationship in your house. No man should be moving into your home for the next 2 years. No man.
So
And
I would
all
add that.
of you will recover. All of you will recover.
And
You
and
tried,
from
like you tried to keep your marriage going. You did everything,
I did.
and God bless you for that. You have the patience of a saint. Just
yeah, you can feel the weight of your shoulders, how
Yeah.
much you've carried. So I would just say a couple of things for your health, just because I don't want to leave you without like a couple points. Try to keep hydrated. I feel like you go too long without like hydrating properly.
Yeah.
You're like, because of the stress, hormonally, your liver also has been like taking the brunt of it because also you're dehydrated too. So in terms of detoxification that needs to happen, because I think digestively you're a bit inflamed at times, and then it leads to low energy. So there's a cycle that's happening for you that is like a pattern. And I get it because you're under like that post-traumatic stress, or you're still in it, means your body's in that chronic state of fight or flight, which means you're not probably hungry at times, but then you might like shove food in your mouth, or then forget you drank water or whatever it might be, and you're catching up. So I know that's probably impacting your sleep. And I know that you're carrying so much grief too, and it's going to show up in your lungs if you're not careful, or it might already have.
Not yet.
That's a good
Be
thing.
careful. It's a good thing. So just be like, the thing is just to try your best. And I know it's so very hard when you're in the weeds of that pain and that trauma. Just best as you can, keep hydrated. Just try to get a big bottle of stainless steel and just like sip when you can. Electrolytes put in there if you can as well, because your body needs. And if you can increase some greens, it will offset the acidity in your body, because you get more acid when you're overly stressed, and the body needs that balance. Okay.
I've done Reiki on you from head to toe. I've calmed down your belly quite a bit. I cannot fix her throat chakra, Linda, for her to communicate. So I need you on that one.
Okay.
Because it's just a little piece
Oh,
of
wow.
crap on her there that I need to be removed.
Okay.
But I've done it from head to toe for you.
Thank you.
Oh, geez, you're so welcome. It's not fun to go through this, and it's always good to find someone to talk to.
Yeah,
Oh,
because I feel like you
Linda,
always feel like you're alone. Like you have to bear the brunt of everybody's like worry about your kids, how they feel, but nobody ever asks you how you feel.
Yeah.
And you know, you're gonna get through this, and you're stronger than you know. And a
You're gonna be
year
better
from
for
now,
it.
you look back and go, "Wow, I did it!" Like you're
and
going
we're
to
on
do
your
great.
side. We are on your side.
Thank you.
You're like, you're gonna feel so badass. I know this is the worst word, but like you're gonna feel so badass from the amount of strength you've built in this process. But it's going to be healing. Like it's going to be like an authority, like that grounded authority, like and I think you're going to help other people with it later on too. Like I feel like you're going to be able to turn this into actual wisdom for others that are going through it. Usually that happens.
And your grandmother now is making up for a lot of the stuff that your mom couldn't provide. So she's doing a lot more for you. So look, you have a lot to look forward to. The next 3 weeks, I'm going to swear here, is a big fucking pain in the ass. So what I teach people to do through the next 3 weeks is zip it. Don't worry about anything. It's going to start flowing through. Money is not going to be an issue. health is not going to be an issue, and you're going to move forward. And the next love of your life is a professional, self-employed person who only cares about a built-in family because they never wanted to go through it anyway.
And just remember, like realistically, all we can control is today. Tomorrow we'll start all over again and we'll get through it. And if you look at it like we worry to control, but it does nothing. So you just got to take it day by day until the 3 weeks are over, and then you start fresh, right? You're lucky because you're not like you could look back and think like, holy, I spent 20 years, but you've only spent so much, and now you're free for the rest of your life, right?
And I can't
And
wait.
it's going to be good.
You need to tell us when you get into your new home. I need to know the flickering light. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Before you go, Lori, there's a couple people that just want to send you some good wishes. Oscar says
so
lots
nice.
of love, Lori. You got this. Sarah
Thank
says
you.
it'll get better. Keep strong, Lori. And you got this, Lori. Karen says, divorce myself, and I agree with you, Jim. No rebound men. Lori, stay strong for your kids and the cute little doggy. It's actually nice having the bed all to yourself. That can be
Thank
very
you.
Wise words.
Yes, thank you very much.
We have to let you go, Lori, because we have 2 more people in the queue, but we have your back. We're here for you.
Thank you so much.
Have a good night. You're going to sleep well tonight now because we've cleared everything off of you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All the
Take
best.
care,
to you.
hon.
Thank
Thank
you. Take care now.
You too. Thank
All
you.
right. Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Wow. Sometimes we listen to things and it's very traumatic for us. And look at the crew that we have staying with us. They're all part of this crew.
Beautiful.
They're all part of our show. We want to thank you for supporting the people that need the support. That's what we do here. It's important to be enlightened by other people who've gone through things. So it's awesome. Paula, we are ready for the next one, and then we have one more.
Kathy? Coming in now.
Kathy.
I know this person somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Kathy, you have to take it off of mute. There she is. And I know this girl, okay?
Hi, Kathy.
She is an empath, a retired registered nurse of perfection. She is taking care of our daughter beyond any expectations. And she goes through a lot of different things in her life. And she's a good fisher person.
Wow.
Did she freeze up? Are you still there,
I don't know.
No, you're fine.
Oh, we got you.
Good.
Now, you wanted to talk to Miranda
Oh,
because we don't count.
That's funny.
I've got two things talking.
you
because
better. Yeah.
you have to lower your sound. Oh,
On YouTube.
On YouTube. You have to lower your sound on YouTube.
Or mute.
Mute it.
Yes, I wanted to talk to Miranda. I've had a lot of really bad stuff going on.
Do you want to ask any specific questions, or do you want me to just show you what I found in my cards so far?
Oh, on YouTube.
I love this woman too,
Oh,
because
she's muted herself.
she muted herself again.
Unmute yourself, Kathy.
There you go. There you go.
So what I'll tell you, Kathy, what I've seen so far is that the foundation of this, I think there's something going on with your liver and detoxification. So there's a couple things that are going on here. Have you removed gluten? Do you have gluten in your diet? Do you have
I eat a lot of bread.
You love bread. Okay. You're going to have to remove that gluten, remove that bread. So do you have like digestive bloating, cramping? Like, do you have chronic stuff going on there digestively?
I've had irritable bowel and diverticulitis, and I've had surgery to remove it.
Okay. Yeah. So the gluten has to go 100% because this is causing a chronic inflammation for you. And I bet you love bread, don't you? It's like a warm hug. It's like, it makes you happy.
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to have to just find a swap for that. A couple of things that are showing up is some anxiety. I think you're deficient in omega-3s. I don't think that you're absorbing fats properly, and that's probably has to do with your small intestine as well. So do you eat fish? Do you take an omega-3 supplement? Do you have any of the
I eat fish, but I don't take a supplement for that.
Okay, so maybe this is something you should look into. Do you suffer with some anxiety sometimes? Anxiety or
Big time.
depression? Okay, so the omegas are really important. Plus, there's toxic people around you that like just need to take a hike that are also causing you to like put pressure. So you got to remember the digestive system is the place where we absorb and let the rest go. The waste goes. But when we have chronic digestive issues, it's because we're not letting go of something, and it could be jerks around us that aren't allowing us to let things go either. Maybe they're bringing up old stories or maybe triggering old things in us that we just really have to figure out. So on the emotional side, be careful of the people. You have to make sure that you're removing all those inflammatory triggers. Gluten is just showing up as one of them. Do you have high cholesterol, or have you
No, it's normal.
It's normal. And when's the last time you had it tested?
Probably a year ago.
Can you go get that retested? I will go get that retested just to be sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it's showing, so 75-80% of the cholesterol in our body is created by our liver. So it's more so the more bread you eat, it's not so much the foods, it's how your body's metabolizing or detoxifying, removing waste. And because your digestive system's sluggish, it's just not removing the way it should. So part of that is being able to support your detoxification, and you have to reduce the chemicals around you. So I'm talking about your laundry soap, your shampoos, your scented candles, anything that you use, creams, anything. Be very careful because it actually slows down detoxification and is making your liver a little bit more inflamed, which is then
because everything is itchy. Everything. My head's itchy, my arms are itchy, everything's itchy.
So that makes a lot of sense in terms of like how your body's responding to the overload. So we just want to bring it back down to like, we want to reduce the fire that's happening because there's inflammation that's happening in your body because your digestive system's not working to where you want it to work. We have to make sure that you commit yourself to not having those foods, reduce the inflammation, and reduce any triggers. The triggers are chemicals, people, and food right now. So I want you to go through the categories and go say, like, and you don't have to do clean sweep, although retrograde is a good time for that, to be honest. The next 3 weeks, you have an opportunity to review your health and review like where you come in. And I think this is a lot to do with like inner child stuff too, to be honest. Like there's some rooted stuff in your past that might be creeping up digestively. Did you have digestive issues as a kid?
I've had them since I was probably 20.
Okay. So this is really important. Then there's like certain parts of that 20-year-old self that need to be healed.
That's like only 4 years ago, for Christ's sake, Kathy.
Yeah. Come on. Not long ago. So like get on it. But I think the thing is being able to have grace with yourself, like have self-compassion and just one step at a time when it comes to removing things. But you definitely know certain things that you know are not good for you, and you have to start with those. Do you know what I'm talking about? I know you know.
Yeah, some of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Start there and then work yourself. We can even connect with me. We'll set something up for you and we can kind of go deeper into it, but start where you know it's not good for you and pay attention to labels. And when it comes to chemicals, just go as clean as possible, plant-based, all the things like cleaning wise, or soy-based candles, like everything you possibly can. I can't go through the whole list right now, but just pay attention to the chemicals around you. Okay.
Kathy, I told her nothing. I told her absolutely nothing. Isn't she pretty good? I like, that's amazing.
Was that okay, Kathy? Do you have any more questions before we wrap up, or do you want to chime in on anything?
Yeah, that was the big thing. I guess that's related because I was the one that put the question on about not being motivated for anything. Like I had a big second surgery on my foot in November the year before. Then my mother died. Then 2 months later, my aunt died, and then my sister ended up. Was that the next thing? Then we had to sell the house or get that ready to be sold. Then my brother buggered our world up, and it's just been one really bad thing after another. And I'm just not motivated, even though I retired. I just sit on the couch and watch TV and wait for Jim to text me.
And we text.
So, Kathy, when you start to remove the things that are triggering you, because you're in freeze mode, you'll start to notice you'll get more motivation back, but your body's in such sluggish movement of things right now. It's so slow that it's almost impossible for you to get things done. And it will change. Just like you have to you just start where you know you need to start, and then the rest will come. And then just send me an email and we'll set something up. Okay.
I'm going to ask Linda to help me. I cannot remove, I can remove half her anxiety that sits here.
Can see that, yeah.
I cannot remove here. This is easy, but I cannot get this one.
Okay.
She doesn't listen to me. Very.
You know, half the things we worry about don't actually happen. But when you start to focus on all the negative, it perpetuates the next thing. So like even when you wake up in the morning, I just want you to start to say like, what amazing thing is going to happen to me today, and watch. Even like when you worry about the doom and gloom it is. Like you create that reality. I want you to start to think about what amazing thing can happen to me, because a lot of worry, like it's so much in your solar plexus that is so heavy.
Mhm.
And I'm just going to add in one thing. I like your hairstyle. That's new.
I think that's true too, and it's important not to pass it on to your kids, because when I was a kid, it was always you couldn't just fall off your bike; you had to fall off your bike and break your neck.
Yeah.
Right?
And then
And I had a hard time trying not to do that to my kids. My son got a little bit of my anxiety because of all that kind of stuff, and from my mom.
Yeah, it's from your
But
parental, like it's a program that you've just inherited, but it's never too late to change the program and start again. But even if it's just that thought, it doesn't take much. It doesn't mean you have to do anything but different, but start your day with a positive thought, or like a positive affirmation, and watch your energy start to change. That also increases your positivity. It will also make a huge difference for you. And I
yes,
just feel
Jim,
lighter.
curls are my own.
They're very nice curls. But do you feel lighter? Like, as I feel like I just removed a whole lot of stuff from you, and I feel like you feel like relaxed instead of always tight. You're always ready for a war, and now you're just like,
Yeah,
okay.
it's better here. It's almost
Yeah,
like
I can see. So that's a
I
good
want to
difference.
love you.
Happy with it.
I'm going to drop kick her next time I see her. So that'll be.
No, she might get you back.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know. Oh, I know. And Jill will just disown me at that point. So,
Yep.
Kathy,
Yeah.
we'll talk, but we are going to have to move on because we have only 2 people left, and then we have to call it quits.
Okay.
And I gave
Okay.
you,
Thanks,
I
everybody. I'll be in touch,
gave-
Miranda.
Talking to you.
Kathy, I gave you all the digits to Miranda, right? Did I give you her phone number or information?
Yes.
Okay, that's all I needed to know. Perfect.
to chat with you more.
All right. We love you. All I do. See you later. Thank
Bye, Kathy.
Bye.
Nice talking to you.
you. You don't have to do it. We'll do it for you.
I don't know how to get out.
I will. I'll do it for you. Watch. And see ya. He's helped us so much with Amelia when she was first born. You know, the first child syndrome, and you like, you know, if they're not breathing the right way, and she would not laugh at us right away. She'd see us in person, then laugh at us, and that was kind of cool. So she would fix us quite a bit. So I kind of like that. Paula, we have what, 2 more?
No, just one more. Everybody's favorite.
Oh my, here he comes. I can't wait. Oh, we have the
Here's
man.
Dougie.
Here's Doug.
Here's Johnny.
Put himself on mute. And we're waiting. There he is.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Nice to see
Better
you.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good to see you too. Listen, I am so pleased to be here because I've been wanting to talk to Linda. Last time I spoke with you, Linda, you made a prediction. This was during the time you were having some bad stuff happening to you when you mentioned earlier in the program that there were some, dark forces and stuff going on. So you mentioned that I was going to have some severe problems with my upper jaw. and there was going to be pain. And I was, I'd either going to have to see a dentist but it was going to be a real problem. And so I thought to myself, I don't even want to hear that. That's awful. Sure enough, less than maybe about 7 days later, a week later, I woke up in the morning and my jaw hurt like hell, upper right-hand jaw. It was so bad, Linda, that I couldn't bite. My front teeth could barely come down and touch. I thought, my God, what the heck is going on? I didn't fall down the stairs. Nothing at all had happened. And I thought of you immediately. And I realized that this was something very bizarre that was going on. It started, in the morning. I couldn't eat. I could only drink, slurpees and stuff like that.
Whiskeys, yeah.
I checked to see if I had any bruises or anything. I tried to go through my mind. I thought, Doug, you're getting old. Maybe you walked into a Cadillac somewhere and something happened. Who knows? It lasted for about 2.5 days. And I went to bed one night, and when I woke up the next morning, everything was back to normal again. So the thought that I had with all of this, and the reason I want to talk to you, is this. I think what happened to me is whatever demons and whatever entities you were dealing with, one of them came around to my place and gave me a power punch across the face, a psychic punch, and it dislodged my jaw.
Wow. I'm sorry.
No, but do you think that makes any sense?
It could be. It's hard for me to equate that through the like our energy, but we're connected now. So of course it's possible.
Yeah.
You're still
I'm
looking.
sorry that happened to you.
Well, I'm over it now. I'm delighted. I'm back to normal again, and I can eat regular food. So it's good. But it was very bizarre because I didn't know whether to contact a doctor or a dentist. The thing was such a 2.5 days of stress, trying to figure out what the heck it was all about. And there was no logical reason for it. But you were absolutely right.
Well, I'm glad that it's gone. I'm sorry if it was something to do with me. God bless.
Please don't take it upon yourself. I'm so glad you told me.
Yeah, well, I'm glad it's gone though, and it's weird that it remedied itself. Like it's kind of a conundrum because then you can't quantify it.
I think the reason it went itself was because I wasn't intimidated by the demon, and I was pissed off, and I said, "Get the hell out of here."
Okay.
And I wouldn't tolerate that kind of nonsense. I think it was the strong disposition that I have generally to react. I'm not intimidated by an awful lot.
No.
You are
Anyway, good to see you. I haven't said hello. And Miranda, you're always a joy. Nice to see you.
So wonderful. We so appreciate you.
Don't worry about me, Doug. Don't worry about me.
Jim, I've been doing some scouting for some locations for you, and it's a little bit difficult in Quebec, but it's led to some really fascinating conversations. I've had conversations with a number of people who've had haunted houses that have been haunted. They've had entities taken away from their house. It's been some really interesting stuff. I didn't realize how common it was until I actually started interviewing people.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Doug is looking for a haunted restaurant for me.
Cool.
Yeah, and he's the man to go to, right? So we're just like he'll investigate it until we can't be investigating any longer. So that's amazing.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, what gives me a purpose in life?
A lot of fun. It is. Doug, we have to go soon, but I'm glad that you were.
I know, yeah.
Is there anything that you want to add on? Do you want to talk about anything?
I'm happy. I'm centered. I feel good, Miranda. I've got no health issues. They've been taken care of, I think. I'm feeling really, really well. My blood pressure is absolutely normal at this point, and the problems that we were discussing last time, they're gone now under medication.
Perfect.
Beautiful. Beautiful. It's so good to hear that. Yeah, your energy feels really strong. So
Yeah, it sure does. Like I'm glad then there's nothing around you or residual energy. You got rid of it. So you're good.
Yeah, yeah, I'm feeling really, really good.
That's awesome, Doug. Good to see you again. Keep in touch and let me know what's going on.
I will.
And just
I'll keep studying for you. And Linda, thank you so much. And please, don't feel bad about what you what you told me and stuff. I just wanted to give you some validation
Thank you.
that
Thank you for that.
because I was so annoyed, my teeth, what the heck? And but you're absolutely right. So I really appreciate the what your consultation. That was good.
Great. Thank you. I'm glad I could help.
Okay.
And
Thanks,
sorry,
alrighty.
and sorry at the same time.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
thank you. Now,
Bye, Doug.
bye now.
Take care.
Well, guys, looks like we've done another night.
Another show in the can.
And
And can I just say there's a couple more comments, and I think this is very important. We had a comment that we had a great show tonight, so thank you so much for that feedback. And also, it was a great show. I feel like it was super good. And also Trudy, another message for Lori if she's still listening. After you get through the hurt and bullshit, wait until you walk into your new place and are able to take a deep breath and feel the peace and joy that your future is shiny and bright. So true. She says, make the day worth the lipstick. Love that.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Karen says, I liked Kathy's reading and some of it pertained to me. You three are a good team. We think so. So thank you for that. And Marianne said, this has been a great episode.
wow.
Trudy says, where can she send the picture of her daughter? So maybe the email address, we can pop that in below.
Yep. So it's
yeah.
jimhuntmarketing@gmail.com.
And then Karen also commented, I guess, based on Doug's comment about the jaw. She says her first thought is TMJ pain, because she's had the same type of pain. It's from clenching my teeth in my sleep at times of stress. So maybe that's something to consider. And lots of others saying great show. Thank you guys for your comments. Karen.
And
been
happy
so much
birthday,
fun.
Mary Yerochier. Happy 60.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Linda is the best. Did you hear that? And she has a lot of shit of me. I love her.
She does that for all of us. So,
we're all very lucky to have everyone.
Yeah.
Paula, we want to thank you so much for doing the production again and being there and helping us. We just love you. We do.
Oh, I enjoy it.
Yeah. Thanks, Paula.
So everyone, in 2 weeks, we're back. And let everyone know this was such an engaging group tonight, and you are all a part of our family. So we want to thank you so much for this. Miranda, as always, you're just sensational in doing the cards, giving us information, and what you were telling Kathy was absolutely stunning because I know her, and you were right on, 100% right on.
Love to hear.
And Linda's just awesome. Always amazing.
Yeah.
And
you're
awesome
are you,
too,
Jim? We think you're just
you're pretty awesome too, Jim.
Pretty awesome. Look at us giving compliments and not dishing the other stuff like we know.
We're evolving.
We are.
Evolving.
Yeah, I
Definitely.
only teased 2 people once, so that's not too bad. Listen,
Okay.
we want to. Yep.
Before we leave, Karen, this is funny. Miranda made me feel guilty about having French toast for dinner. I'm so sorry, Karen. Sorry, not sorry, actually, though. So just have some gluten-free French toast. That's all. Just make it. Oh, Linda's gone.
Sorry, bye.
Okay.
So we're all going to say good night. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Nope, that's all. Thank you, Karen. Appreciate that. That's hilarious.
Everybody, thank you so much for coming on, doing this live, and we had a lot of fun. We'll see you in 2 weeks with a new show, and we'll just go from there. So, salut.
Thanks, everyone.
Take
Thanks
care,
for watching.
Bye.
Bye.